Good day, YouTube. It's the 20th of October 2020, and me and Autumn, we're out here working on the 2002 Honda Reflex Scooter. The first two episodes. Episode 1, we got the scooter and we got it kind of cleaned up. Took it apart a little bit, started assessing it. Episode 2 is where we got this thing running and driving. And now episode 3, we've begun I guess you call it the restoration process. We start cleaning up the parts and putting this back together and see about paint. So I've just been cleaning up parts this morning. I got 3 smaller parts wet sanded. And I'm going to put some paint on it. We're going to go for a rattle can Rustolium. It's going to be yellow. So we're going to paint and clear coat via spray cans, Rustolium brand, and this would be like the front cowl, the rear wing, and then there's a small rear section there by the taillight area. Those are just the easy pieces to do. Going to paint the yellow and make sure I like it. Pretty sure I will, and then we'll go after the bigger pieces. So these are all wet sanded and prepped. I'm going to throw some primer on them, and then me and Autumn, we're going to the store and find some yellow Rustolium. All right. Other than that, we're just cleaning up pieces and putting them back together. Go about some little bit of detailing, no doubt, in time. So I'm going to bring you back when I have these 3 pieces in primer and ready to paint. And we'll just see how these come out. All right. Check back with you a little bit. All right, we're cleaning up pieces. I got this cleaned up, it's just sitting there. I got to take the rest of this body off anyway, so no sense bolting that back on. I cleaned up that little insert, put it back in. I'll have to get some stuff out, start working on all the duct tape residue, which will be a lot of fun. I got these pieces primed and painted. It's a Rustolium rattle can. I got some clear. We're going to shoot some clear here. Oh, these are going to have to sit for an hour or so, I expect. You don't want them completely dry when you clear it because you want that bond. But we need this to kind of dry underneath. I'm very happy with the color. That's what I'm hunting for. As a contrast to that, yeah, this would be sharp. I'm going to definitely have some black on it. I had to take that Honda decal off. Came right off. Have to get the reflex lettering off. I don't know if I can get any of that stuff or not. I'll have to look. But anyway, Rustolium always gives you a nice finish. Nice and glossy. Again, I picked up some clear. So we'll get a couple coats of clear on this thing here in a minute. Or in an hour or so. That's the paint. That's the clear. Alright, so what's next? I guess I have this off so I can start preparing those pieces. Get the taillight section out, polish off the paint overspray, make the taillights look good, get the stupid stickers off, and the emblem off, and start sanding these down. I think I'll go after them with a DA, maybe about 220 to start. 320 quickly, and then wet sand at 500. I think that's the plan. So that'll be probably next. If we can get that primer maybe painted yet today, and then tomorrow. Got to get the rest of this fairing off and these lowers. Autumn's looking into that now, seeing how many fasteners are still left there. Don't know how all this goes together, but we're figuring it out as we go. And we got to get the front fender off. That looks easy enough. So, long way to go. But if we stay after it, we'll get this thing done pretty quickly. And we can go ride it. The other thing cool about going yellow is I see some aftermarket seat upholstery is available. I had to cut the heck out of the seat foam. In fact, there's a piece of it laying there, which I need to grab. Because I got to try to piece that seat foam back together so I can recover that seat. Yeah, It's a mess. It's really a mess. It's standing there to kind of drain the water out of it, to tell you the honest truth. It's just soaked. So, but luckily it's a plastic pan, so it's not rusty. And we'll figure it out as we go. So, I'll check back with you when I have some more to show you. We'll get those clear coated, and I might try to move them out into the sun. Sun is coming out, so I've got a few hours of good sunshine drying time. So, I'll check back with you a little bit. Isn't that right, Autumn Bear? Should we check back with them pretty soon, sweetie? Will we get some more paint on it? Autumn, can you sit down? Autumn? Autumn, listen. Autumn, can you sit? Good girl. So I just tell everybody we'll wait till we get some more paint, and we'll come back and say hi to them, okay? Well, I moved the painted pieces out in the sunshine. Haven't cleared them yet. Give them a little more time. We got to get the taillight piece out of here so we can separate these two halves. There's just a few more Phillips head screws in there that take all this stuff apart. I think most of the tabs are okay on this thing so far. That one's gone. So we ain't perfect, but we'll get there. Alright, so I'll continue to pull some screws out. We'll get this thing apart. We'll get these laid out one piece at a time. We'll heat up those decals and remove them. We'll get that lock out of there. And yeah, and we'll start sanding on it. We'll start off dry sanding. Try to sand the nicks and stuff out of it. We'll heat up and take the Reflex emblem off. And we'll end up wet sanding until we get it pretty close. And we're not shooting for perfect here. The rest of the scooter is far from perfect. So the paint job will, no matter how it turns out, will be way better than the rest of it. We do have a little chip stuff right here. And a little crack. So when we get to that, we're probably looking at some ABS cement. This is ABS plastic. So we'll look at some ABS cement. We'll grind all that down. We'll try and cement it on both sides. Sand it smooth. And then see if we can build up a little piece there with some epoxy or something. And go from there. So off we go. So I got all the decals and stuff off of these, and got over this one with 80 grit. I took them out and pressure washed the backside too, make sure it's fairly clean anyway. So 80 grit's pretty aggressive, but I had a ton of residue from the decals, and there was a lot of scratches, and so we sanded a lot of that out. We'll move on to like a 220 with the DA and give it a quick run over with that. And then probably we'll just wipe it down and prime it from there. I mean, there's still little scuffs and scratches and stuff here, but I don't think we're going to worry much about that unless they're really big. I might fill a few of them, but quite honestly, I think it'll be fine if we allow a few of them to show. Since how the rest of the scooter is what it is, it's still going to look good. So let me get this one hit with 220. We'll take the other one and get it in the same condition. We'll run over it with 80 grit, get all the stuff off of it. We'll look for breaks or cuts or cracks or something that we will have to repair. We'll get the repairs done, and then we'll see about getting these things in primer, maybe yet today. That'd be cool. I'll bring you back. Alright, we got these side panels finished sanding, and got them in primer, Rustolium primer. I wasn't happy with the filler primer I got at Harbor Freight. Autumn, 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 come here. Good girl, good girl. Alright, be nice, girl, come on. This one is okay. We're going to sand these down lightly tomorrow. Probably wet sand them is what we'll do. And we'll get these painted tomorrow. So I moved these inside for the night. I got them clear coated today. So they look fine. I mean, they're not perfect, but they're very good. Good enough for what it is. So that's the front cowl, rear wing, rear tail section. So we got a long way to go, but we're making good progress. Tomorrow's going to be a good day. We can get those big pieces done and then try to get the pieces off the front. So these would be a lot of fun to get off. Most of the screws were never there. And there can't be too many left. So that's tomorrow. We'll get this stuff off there and start getting it prepped, get the front fender off. And yeah, we'll go from there. Progress is being made. Got plans coming up for the weekend. This is a Tuesday, so I have one, maybe 2 more days I can work on this. And then we're heading out for a weekend kind of thing. And we'll get back to it on Monday. So we'll probably work on this tomorrow, maybe a bit on Wednesday. We'll end the video there, and we'll reconvene sometime next week. All right, guys, thanks, and I'll catch you back here in just a few minutes. Well, for you it'll be instantly, but for me it'll be a little while. All right, well, it's the next day. It's about noon the next day, actually. So these are the parts were painted and clear coated yesterday. They've sat all night and have cured a little bit. They'll just continue to sit here. Let's go see the side covers we got done. Boy, it's super bright out here right now. So I got these wet sanded this morning. I didn't do much more than just wet sand them. Got them painted, got them cleared today. That's about all they're going to get. They are what I like to call good enough. Very presentable. It's going to be very nice. Alright, now I got the rest of the panels pulled off. Don't we, sweetie? Autumn, come on, let's show them the rest of the stuff there. Okay, sweetie? So I got the rest of the stuff off. We got them flipped over, the dirty side up. Sprayed them with simple green. I went and got a barrel of water. I don't have water service here, so I bring it in by the barrel. Got my pressure washer hooked up to my spigot on the bottom. I'm going to bring the scooter over here. We're just going to, now that all the plastics are off the scooter, I can get to some areas and pressure wash the scooter itself. And get the rest of the dirt and debris off. We'll clean the inside and outside and upside down and stuff of all of these parts so we can start getting these prepped. If we get these prepped in primer today, that'd be good, because I think we could maybe get them painted tomorrow. Fender needs a little gluing together. I mean, there are cracks and big gouges and tabs missing, and it'll be a bit of a challenge to put this back together, but we'll figure out something. It'll go back together and it'll be fine. All right, I'm going to move the scooter over here and we'll get the blasting all this guck off of here, and I'll bring you back when there's something to show. Next on the hit list was the fairing. I hit it with 220 with the DA and then wet sanded it from there. Time to put some primer on it, and getting towards the end of the day. But we got all the other pieces cleaned up anyway, so we can start prepping those. So we'll get some primer on this. We'll come back and hit the bad spots and so forth. We'll wet sand this tomorrow, and we'll put some paint on it. And then probably be next week before we get back on this project. But with the fairing done, it could cure over the weekend. We could start the reassembly. So that'll be fun. We'll get the other parts painted while we're, putting stuff back together. So we're getting there. This will be over halfway once we get this one done, and then making progress, I guess. Okay, it's the next day now. Again, it's Thursday, and these 2 lower pieces, I got those all sanded, ready to roll, but they are so beat up, scratched up, and going to get scratched up that I elected to go get some spray on truck bed liner and do them that. The yellow paint needs to be broke up with some black anyway. So here we go. I got this at Harbor Freight. Got 2 cans with a 20% off coupon. They were about $7.20 a can. And they're a big can, so this should be good. So I'm going to spray these and I'll show you what they look like. But that was definitely a good choice on this. And as far as application and what it looks like, I would recommend that bed liner that I just showed you that Harbor Freight sells. Of course, the true test to be is how durable it is. Autumn, do you want to show them the parts that we just painted, sweetie? Autumn. So, we just painted these right here, me and my dad. What do you think? I think they look good, sweetie. That's what I think. So, these were horribly scuffed up, scratched up. Yeah, you guy could fix them, but I ain't spending a month of body work on a $200 scooter. Just not happening. So, these are good to go. This actually completes all the painting, all the pieces. There's a center grill section. It's gray. I've got it gluing. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this to paint that or not. And one other piece, but I'll get to those today and we'll get them all done. We're leaving for the weekend, so we'll come back next week and start cleaning and servicing and reassembling the scooter. And hopefully in a week or so, we'll have it all done, ready to hit the road. So, gang, appreciate you coming along for the ride. We got the scooter all painted, which is good. And yeah, moving forward. This thing's come a long ways. We haven't had it a week yet. This is actually day 5, 4. Well, 5 counting Sunday the day I picked it up. So day 5. Thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate the comments. Subscribe if you haven't already. And hit the thumbs up on your way out the door. I'd appreciate it. We'll catch you on the next video. Okay, a quick ending to the video. I was editing this thing and realized there's a few pieces I missed showing altogether. So this is the front, the grill. It's got a big chunk out of it. I glued it back together, but I did spray it with the truck bed liner. This is a rear piece, came out exceptionally well. Got that one painted just this morning. And these were the pieces. All the fronts, the 2 major side panels. Not perfect, but very nice. The fairing I only showed sanded, but painted and cleared it yesterday. And it came out really nice. Really nice. Looking forward to really putting this together. It'll really pop. And then these are those 2 lower pieces. They're all dried. That truck bed liner I got from Harbor Freight dried very quickly, actually. It actually came along pretty good. So far I'm real happy with it. So, man, I'm looking forward to put this together next week. Really gonna pop. This thing came a long ways from being super ugly to being super cool. It's still rough around the edges, don't get me wrong. This thing ain't perfect. There's tabs broken. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if I don't have to drill some holes and tie wrap some of this stuff on there, but it's a $200 scooter, guys. We ain't trying to make a show bike out of a junkyard machine. You'd start off with something a lot better. But anyway, everything's going to sit in here and cure out real good. And we'll be looking forward to putting this thing together next week, and be looking forward to making another video of its assembly. All right, cool. Thank you.